Just hate those times where you just get an idea and you can't get it out of your head, right? That has been all day today. Thanks to an upset stomach that kept me up all night. And I've just been dog ass tired all day. Trying to get over it. But it's also put this recurring thought in my head. And the math isn't math. It just doesn't. So, when the math doesn't math, you gotta start all the way back at zero. Okay. We'll stall for a little bit longer till everybody starts getting in here. Because the way, okay, let's just think this out then, right? Because the way everything is set up, yeah, to the unknowing observer, right, it would look like a simulation. It would act like a simulation. Everything from the way particles render reality makes you think it's a simulation. The way everything is designed, to the unobservant eye, it would look like a simulation. But there are literal key differences in the way that this universe is set up compared to a simulation, that a simulation could not even, it wouldn't have the computing power to fathom. I don't care how advanced the race is, everything else. The math of the universe, just based on energy, vibration, and frequency, is too much of a happy accident with the three of them with the three of them colliding into the middle, and we miraculously happen. It's a happy accident. No simulation. Do you know the computing power that would be needed? And we're not talking about something that an advanced civilization could replicate. Like, you would need the intelligence of multiple universes to pull this off. You would need the power of multiple universes to pull this off. That is the key. That is the key difference. Why I will always strike back that this is not a simulation. But it does look like intelligent design. If you look at everything, the way it was structured, the way everything lines up, the way that it understands about how to compute cause and effect to the degree that we literally think these are choices that we're making, but they're not. It was set up before we were around that we would be thinking these thoughts and making these choices and living these lives. Everything had pointed in this direction before it was set in motion. So, see, there are key differences between simulation and what we're actually going through. But if you go through the math, yeah, to the untrained eye and to most scientists, you would say it looks like a simulation. It acts like a simulation. The way reality renders everything, only when you're in the vicinity. It literally sits as this maybe. The only reason you know your partner's in the other room or anything like that is because of your own retainable memory. Other than that, it's a what if. And then let's put on top of that, we have 7 billion different points of view to go off of. Again, the computing power, astronomical, doesn't even cover it. So no, this is far from a simulation. An organic hologram that we somehow have functioning control over bodies, and our soul is essentially the playable character, if you will. Like we are in the Jaeger itself. But this is not a simulation. There's too many variables. Too much math that doesn't math. It doesn't line up with simulation when you look at it. It's literally like looking at life through a keyhole instead of realizing there's a big-ass window above you that you can get a much better view. And like I've said before on this channel itself, when we critique everything from science to religion to spirituality to what actual is truth, now that we know everything's been manipulated since at least the 50s. So science does agree, and it's so weird how we've gotten to a point where the things in esotericism, the things in the occult that are thousands of years old are now saying the same thing that religions have said, that science is saying. They all have their different languages about it. They all have their own ways of approaching it, and they all have their own rules. Like religion, you need to be in there for your life in order to gain your reward. That's kind of why I reject religion altogether, because a wise man once said, spirituality is the quest for knowledge. Religion is the quest for a reward. If you are spiritual, you're asking the questions of why. Why are we here? Like many philosophers have done. Why are we here? What's the purpose? Where do we come from? What's higher than this? What's lower than this? Religion is literally, hey, you think your life is hell, and you don't think that there can be just this. You need, your fragile little monkey brain needs something to be more than this, because you're so scared that when the lights go out, that's it. Religion is the quest for a reward. You have immortality after this. You have a harem of 100 or 1,000 virgins. Take your pick of whatever religion you want to fucking believe in. You have a reward at the end because you're too scared that this miserable little existence that we call life is all you get. But isn't that the point? To realize that this is just it and to make the most of it you can? Or do you realize that you can't make the most of it because you've allowed yourself to be weak your entire lives, and you've allowed other people to make choices for you instead of making them for yourselves, and you want to scapegoat on everybody else instead of taking accountability for yourself? Your body is a temple. If your body is a temple, you don't need a fucking church. Trust your gut. Why do you think that was invented? God ain't up here. God don't talk to you through your fucking head. Those are the demons, if you want to believe in that fucking symbolical spiritual bullshit. I can go rounds with you all day long and put you all in the fucking ground. God is in your gut. Think about it. Every single time in your life, just stop and think about it. Has your gut feeling ever been wrong? Has it? Your gut is God. God ain't up here. He down here. He lets you know deep down, like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that, or oh shit, I should. If you want to put it in those simplistic terms. Personally, it's a lot more complicated than that. There's a reason why the axiom of you are God in human form is around. Science proves it. You are the universe choosing to have a human experience, i.e., you are God choosing to live your life and understand life through your point of view. Because as above, so below, as within, so without, right? Like Hermeticism teaches. So if we are conscious, if we are sentient, if we are alive, if we are wondering why we exist, the universe, God, whatever the fuck you want, your little monkey brain needs to call it, is wondering why it exists. It's wondering why it has to go through this. Everything that goes through your fucking head, it's already thinking. Because we are all extensions of that. You think your ego allows you to think that you have your own fucking human soul. When we are all connected to source, we are all sharing one like fucking consciousness. We're all sharing one soul. Duh. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind. That humans want to call themselves smart, but they have no notion, preconceived or otherwise, of what this shit is really about. When the truth is right in front of your face, your whole damn life. The universe is talking to you your whole damn life. It's telling you what it is. Ancients told you what it is. And then your favorite religion probably took their teachings, bastardized them, and put them back to you so you could pay for their existence and they wouldn't have to go out and work a mediocre job like the rest of us. And you trust them? No. Open your eyes. Start asking the right questions. Start being informed. Start taking your power back so you can stop playing victim and realize we're all in this together until we're not. Isn't it funny that most people, right, most people that complain about how unfair it is don't actually want change. They don't want the system to actually change. What they want is them to be on top and the ones on top to be on bottom. They want to take advantage of the system. They don't want change. Oh, no, that's too much work. Do you see how they programmed us just within a little over 100 years? Do you see how they programmed us? Are you okay with that?